While stumbling upon YouTube videos in search of resources, I had found the presence of Nikki the Jagger. She is popularly known as Nikki Tutorials on YouTube. Her channel was full of helpful and creative makeup tutorials, and though I didn't know the first thing about beauty, it all felt so comforting. There was an order to things, a steadfast process, and even better, a real person behind the screen who had enough fun and confidence to serve as an anchor for me and for many people and calm me down whenever I needed it the most. Eventually, I followed her guidelines. I applied makeup to myself, practicing eyebrows first, and then moving on to more ambitious things like foundation or like playing with eyeshadow, creative eyeshadow, perfecting eyeliner, putting on false eyelashes. In 4 years that I begun to watch those YouTube videos, I pretty much became obsessed. Obsessed with makeup. But for some reason, the least remarkable part of this whole story continues to be the most shocking. That I am a boy. I am a male. And yes, I'll acknowledge that many men, many boys, don't tend to outwardly or openly present themselves as wearing makeup. I dare to say that many men are actually wearing makeup, like concealer, BB cream, powder, eyebrow pencil, but you just can't tell. Or maybe they just don't want you to know. But finally, genderless beauty is on the rise. After what seems like forever, the beauty industry woke up and realized the exclusion of men is unjust. Although the beauty industry has been largely dominated by women, everyone has the right to embrace makeup, including males who love makeup. There's still so much work to be done. But last year, 2018, was a good year for gender inclusivity. Boundary-breaking brands like L'Oreal, CoverGirl, Milk Makeup, Makeup Forever, MAC Cosmetics, and more pushed men to the forefront in major ad campaigns that support equality. Men's makeup is a growing industry, and the idea of men wearing makeup isn't new. Mainstream visibility for those men, however, is new. My own interest in beauty runs deeper than any CoverGirl ad or any campaign could hope to profit off of. It's not so much about others' perception of me or my attractiveness as it is about my own sense of self. Makeup provides me with a sense of order. I know makeup provides me with a sense of order. I now know which primers will help cover up my large pores, which highlighters looks dewy as opposed to oily, and exactly how to do my eyebrows so that they are neither too blunt nor too subtle. It's a comforting, reliable encyclopedia of knowledge that only becomes easier with time, practice, and patience, all of which distract me from the busy, frantic energy that tends to go on in my head throughout the day. And for me, makeup is self-care. It gives me time for myself, particularly time to relish in myself. As I do my makeup, starting with my Maybelline Fit Me foundation and working on my way to my highlighter to my eyeshadow, I'm able to quiet my mind, focus on a task that is solely for my own sense of pleasure, and take care of myself. It might sound vain, but it's a rare break in my day or night to do something purely for my own benefit. With that said, I think I can view makeup as a self-care because I am privileged. Makeup has never felt compulsory for me, as it is commonly does for people who identify themselves as women. To me, it is something I was never allowed to use or to have. So now that I've reclaimed it, it doesn't have any sort of negative attachments. Because makeup has never been historically for me, for us males. But it feeds my creativity. I view makeup as an art that I'm constantly perfecting. One without rules or guidelines and for which I am the only judge. As long as I'm happy with the end result and have been able to express myself on the canvas that is myself, I feel like I'm honoring a creative side of me that isn't able to be as present in the 9-to-5 heteronormative world. Creativity is also one of the greatest tools of rebellion and resistance. Another reason why I love makeup. It allows me to work and navigate on a homophobic, transphobic, and binary dependent world while honoring the feminine side of my personality that society has so often tried to rip away from me. It's my greatest act of defiance in both the face of hegemony at large as well as my own self-doubt and anxiety. I do believe the society has taken appropriate steps towards gender inclusivity. In terms of this, I believe that we are heading in the right direction. But there are so many other things the beauty industry and society as a whole must work on in terms of universal inclusivity. I hope that it will become even more mainstream. Awareness is key. I believe we'll look back in 5 years and say, I can't believe that there was ever an issue like that. Many cosmetic houses has begun to see the errors in their ways. They are missing out on a huge chunk of beauty fanatics. 46% of beauty vloggers, viewership and fans are male. Why would you exclude a whole sex from feeling like a part of fun, confidence, and creativity that makeup can bring? Not only that, but it also has the ability to be a lucrative for many brands. My only concern is that men in makeup has been branded as a trend by some. But this isn't just a trend. It's a movement, and it's a positive change for the future. We need to keep pushing, talking, and raising awareness to make a long-term change that will stick. You know, men are no strangers to makeup. Alexander the Great was a fan, while the Picts daubed their faces with blue woad. Wigs and beauty spots were popular in the court of Louis XIII. And let's not forget the dandies. But somewhere in the 1800s, someone decided that real men don't wear makeup. And after that, when they did, it was the spirit of transgression. David Bowie, Prince, and Johnny Depp weren't just trying to make themselves look good for wearing makeup. They were challenging everything we knew about gender, sex, and society. But despite the admirable efforts of the short-lived metrosexual movement, most straight men still view the use of beauty products to enhance their appearance as a taboo, or it is against the rules of masculinity. But here's the tip. What really matters is when you look at yourself in the mirror. Do you like what you see? If you're happy with that, then that's all that matters. People will always have something to say. Once you stop trying to care or trying to impress other people and start trying to impress yourself instead, that's when you find true happiness. That's when you find yourself. But now, in 2019, we are drastically moving forward. That whole kind of taboo notion that makeup is not for men and it is a bad thing, in my opinion, it has drastically changed. It has drastically decreased. I think the industry as a whole is really educating not just the LGBT community, but the straight men as well on how the products work, and they're realizing that they can use them in their daily lives. I think straight men should hop on this makeup bandwagon because it lets you put on your best face forward. I know men don't want to walk down the street with all this redness on their face and all these imperfections. So if y'all can walk down the street without that redness or that imperfection, without knowing that you covered it, wouldn't that be the ultimate goal? It would be so satisfying. It would be so light to the feeling. You know, makeup for men isn't just about drag queen aesthetics or dramatic styles of eyeshadow favored by James Charles, although those are pretty fun. It can also be used in subtler and less obvious ways to improve your appearance while still presenting a natural look. Bothered by adult acne? Dealing with dark circle under your eyes? Wish that clean-shaven look lasts longer than a few hours? Women have been using makeup to obscure their imperfections for ages, and it is high time where men are educated on a few of these beauty secrets. Even though today's society, people are being judged by their beauty and the use of makeup products, society may not notice or understand the confidence, the happiness, and the passion it has brought to many people. So do what you love and love what you do.